Hello, it's Diane, and I have one of the Halloween journals finished and ready to show you. Mona, don't look because you wanted to be surprised. This journal is for Mona. She requested a haunted house journal. I did add some of the things that Erin sent me that just came today. So I have it already. So I'm going to show it to you, and then I'll get it listed in the shop for Erin. This cover was a black cover, and it had this little embossed symbol in the middle, and it was just the publishing company symbol, but I thought it looked kind of gothic, so I just rubbed a little gold, Inca gold paste paint on there, and then around the edges too. There's some gold. I Mod Podged some striped scrapbook paper and these two images. Vintage Antiques. I will link the shop below. This book plate is just a paper, a digital that I cut out and Mod Podged on there, and that came from Nick the Booksmith. The back, I just put some gold around the edges. There's some lace down the spine, some crochet trim. It has 3 signatures. I kept the spine of the book, and then I glued this little fancy button on there. So inside, I got these book plates. I don't remember which digital shop they came from, but it's a label. It's called a label. So I put that on the front of each book, and they can write their name there. And then I made a little pocket here with a printable image, and I put my coffee dyed tag in there that says "And the Story Begins." This paper kit is from, it's called Something Wicked. I will link it below. I said in the other video what company this was, but I don't remember now. It's got crochet trim here. And this is just a paper that you can glue some images to. There's another one of the ghostly images from Vintage Antique. And there's a little card that I tucked in there. There's one of the Echo Park stickers that were sent to me by Susan. Some washi tape that Erin just sent me. There's a haunted house washi tape, so this is a haunted house journal. I had to include that. There's a fabric flip with some pretty lace here, and vintage paper here to write on, and with the Tim Holtz stamp. This is a piece of vellum, so you can see this scrapbook fabric through it. I printed this image. I printed a sheet of these images on vellum paper. And there's a tab here. This is Tim Holtz paper, an 8x8 paper. There's a tag there, and this you can open up and journal on. And I got some mason jar images with haunted houses in them. I printed this page from the Something Wicked onto vellum also. It says, "Haunted house, enter if you dare. We have treats." There's some Halloween music with a house there, and I did a fabric tab. This is one of the images that Erin sent. It was done on craft. Yeah, just plain craft cardstock, and I just rubbed it with my Inca gold paint and glued it on. It can be a tuck spot if you want. This is a story from a children's, a young people's magazine about a haunted house or something. So I just put that page in there, and I added the washi tape that Erin sent me, and then a raven and the number 13 that Erin sent me, and again I sprayed them with glimmer mist. This you can open up and journal on. There's some burlap here with a tag, an image from Vintage Antiques, and there's a little sticker up here that says "Things that go bump in the night." These are some printable ephemera, Halloween ephemera, and I think these came from Taylor Made, Taylor Made, and I will link her shop below too. I have a, and I'm going to put something on the ends of these strings. I got quite a few printables from her. You order one set of printables and you get a lot. There's some trim on the edge of this page. This is 2 images that are stitched together and then stitched on as a tuck spot with some lace. This might have come from Ephemera's Garden. This is one of the things that Erin just sent me. The Mystery of Shadow Walk. I made a pocket out of scrapbook paper with some vintage lace and a Halloween flashcard, and then this envelope came with one of the printables that I used. I didn't put anything inside the envelope, but I did put a black and white striped paper clip on to hold the flap down. Some cheesecloth and black rickrack here. You can put a picture of yourself in your Halloween costume. This is a Martha Stewart punch that I've had for a few years. My daughter found it on clearance or on sale at AC Moore or something, or not AC Moore, but TJ Maxx. It's a nice large printable you can open up and journal on. It's another ghostly image. Alterations tag in there. Another image printed on vellum. This is tracing paper that was copy dyed. This one is a black tab with that white cobwebby looking trim that I had. I sewed over it. Nice big tab. Some more burlap. It says All Hallows Eve up there. This one has room. It's a pocket right there, and it's vellum. These little pockets, I can't remember which digital kit they came with, but they all have a quote from Edgar Allan Poe on them. There's either 4 or 6 different pockets. This one says, there are some secrets which do not permit themselves to be told. It's a little hard to read it with all the grunginess there. So again, there's cheesecloth and rickrack. There's a little scrap of that cobwebby trim. There's another vellum image. And the third signature. This book page got sewn in crooked, but I kind of like that. And then I put in one of Erin's black cat images. I had to spray it black. There's a tag here, and this is from a vintage little notebook. It has the calendar for October up there. It actually has a calendar for 1890 and 1891. That's how old that was. This was a large, did I get that page? I don't think I did. This was a large pocket, and I had to fold it in smaller and trim it so that it would fit on this page. It did have, I don't know how much bigger it was, maybe half an inch bigger, but I wanted to include it, so I just trimmed it a little bit and put it in there. Poe's Dead and Breakfast. This is a pocket that came with the printable pages that I'm using, and it has this part separate and the edges that you fold under, and then this back part. You cut them out separate and then glue them down. There's two different designs. Something just fell out onto the floor. Spectropia, surprising spectral illusions. Ghosts everywhere and of any color. This is one of the ephemera pieces. Some more dripping blood, courtesy of Martha Stewart. And there we have it. So I will get this listed in the shop for you, Mona, which you can't hear me say because you're not watching this because you don't want to see it. Sorry. So hopefully tomorrow I'll get the other two finished. One of them is spoken for and the other one will be listed in the shop. Thank you for watching. Bye-bye.